This is not love. It's attachment. You miss them constantly. You check your phone more than you should. You replay conversations looking for clues. You feel a low, persistent ache that follows you through ordinary moments, and you call it love. But what if it isn't? What if what you're feeling has very little to do with who they actually are, and almost everything to do with what your nervous system has decided it cannot live without? Love and attachment feel almost identical from the inside. That's what makes this so difficult. But psychologically, they are not the same thing. Love, in its healthiest form, is expansive. It makes you feel more like yourself, more grounded, more open. It wants good things for the other person, even in their absence. Attachment, in its anxious form, is contracting. It centers on what you might lose. It monitors and analyzes and reaches. It needs constant reassurance, because without it, the anxiety rushes back in. Neuroscientist Helen Fisher spent years scanning the brains of people who described themselves as deeply in love. The areas that lit up most consistently were not areas associated with warmth and connection. They were areas associated with craving, with motivation, with the same neural circuitry activated by cocaine. Your brain on romantic obsession looks less like contentment and more like withdrawal, which means the intensity you're feeling isn't necessarily a measure of how right something is. It can be a measure of how destabilized your nervous system has become. Anxious attachment, specifically the kind that keeps you fixated on someone who is inconsistent or emotionally unavailable, creates a biochemical loop. Uncertainty triggers cortisol. A moment of connection triggers dopamine. The relief of that dopamine after the cortisol is so powerful that the brain begins to associate the person not just with pleasure, but with relief from pain. And relief from pain is one of the most addictive feelings a human being can experience. So you're not just missing them, you're craving the relief that only they have come to represent. That's not nothing. That feeling is real, but it's worth asking quietly and honestly, do you love who they actually are on an ordinary Tuesday afternoon? Or do you love how it feels when the anxiety finally stops? Because one of those is a foundation and the other is a cycle, and you're allowed to want something that feels like the first one.